Hello, I am quickly going to run through the first few steps that you have to take to get into your room for testing next week in the Test Center Manager dashboard. This is the site that you're going to go to log in. It has been a minute since we looked at any of this, so I just wanted to refresh everybody's memory. So you're going to enter your login information. All right, and then this is kind of the landing page. Mine looks a little different because I've got a whole bunch of stuff. You should just have one assignment, I believe, and one set of ACT policies and resources down here. Remember, you do need to complete this. So if I was this and it didn't say these 3 things are completed, you would need to click on the module, run through all the policies, and again, it's super simple. You just open it and you can go next section. You do have to click through it all until it says that you are completed, and you will see that it's completed because it says to do 0, completed 3. All right, so let's go back. Your test event or your assignment should be here. So once you see that you have completed all of your trainings, then you're going to click your event. And I'm using a technical readiness event, so not everything might open and work the way I think it will, but really I just want to get you to the point where you're in your room. And so I believe that when you do this, you're going to open it up and your room dashboard is going to be right here just like that. And this is a room that is not open yet, so we're going to kind of go through those first few steps. Again, as I click on things, because this is just the test event that I selected was a technical readiness event. I'm not sure that everything is going to work exactly the way it will when it's the live real one, but we're going to see. So the very first thing we're going to do is we're going to mark complete and open room, because nothing can happen until you do that. You shouldn't have to mess with any of this, right? Once you confirm it, that's it. So if something doesn't say, you know, the ACT would say ACT plus science plus writing. Again, I've double checked that, but that's what you should see there. All the timing categories, if you're in an accommodated room, should be accurate because we've gone through and verified that. So you're going to say confirm and open room. And then once you do that, it takes you to your, here we are, online testing, which is probably the place that you're going to be at the most, because this is where you see all your seal codes, you can see all of your kids. A couple of things to notice here. Once you confirm and open the room, obviously your seal codes are open here. You're going to see all of your kids listed, and you see that their status is locked. They're ready, but they're all locked. So very first thing we have to do is we have to unlock them all. If you don't unlock it, you're not going to get very far, because the kids are not going to be able to log in. If you posted and started reading your current tasks and posted the seal code for them, if it's not unlocked, they're not going to be able to get past logging in. So now we're all ready. We're ready to roll. Once this is here, then you're going to go to current tasks. So first thing is you're going to log in. You're going to select your test event. You're going to open up your room dashboard. That should be the place where you are able to open the room officially so that you could actually begin the testing process. And then this is the current task. Remember, you have to go current task. These are the things that you're going to say. Obviously, you see say is bolded. Actions or information for you is not bolded. So if it says action, it's something for you to read for yourself. Bolded is going to say, and you say it, right? And we are, by the way, this says if you're administering the science. We are administering the science test. So we're just going to power right on through. There is no if on that. Complete, and then the next task. Now, because this is the technical readiness, all of the tasks aren't available to me. It's really, this is just really to show you how to log in and where to go. So you're just going to keep saying complete, right? And so here we go, electronic devices announcements. So you're going to be able to get through and look at all of the different tasks. So as you click a task and complete it, if it's bolded, you're going to say this. If it's not bolded, I want you to read it just to make sure that you know what's up and coming. And then you say complete. And we're just going to power our way through that. So we prohibited behavior. So you're going to be saying all of these things. I just kind of want you to see authorization tickets. Those are behind the rosters in your folder. So you should see that. If you haven't already given them the authorization tickets, because sometimes I think some of you use them as sort of go find your spot and sit down, that's fine. It doesn't matter to me if that's what you want to do. Complete. log into TestNav. Again, those instructions are also in your folder, how they log in, but you are going to read these things to them, right? Here we go. Again, you're helping them get through the login process. Demographic information, there's a short little piece to that. There are no state use questions, right? So it says right here, if your state does not use this, you're just going to move on to the next section. Examining statements, they're all going to agree to, doing what they're supposed to do. You're going to do the timing announcement. So we're just, you see how we're just kind of living in this current task. Read it, complete it, and go. So here's that example of what this looks like. So your seal codes, you can still see them. So here's the seal code for English. You're going to say it. As soon as you say it and hit that complete and start timer, your timer will start, remember. The student timers don't start until they all click start test. So this is really, once you start your timer, and I'll do that so you can kind of see. There your timer goes. They're all going to be slightly off because they're not all going to hit that start button at the exact same time. And so this is really just for you to see about how much time is left, because remember, the examining platform keeps the official time. So as they're testing, you're just going to kind of keep doing your current tasks. So right here's a good time. If somebody's not there, they're not going to be there, you can mark them absent. And you're going to say complete. And in order to mark them absent, you go back to your room roster. That's the wrong thing. You do that, and then you hit that little red arrow and say mark as absent, right? I'm not going to do that in this moment, but you can. And so I would just kind of be in online testing, sort of managing activities to perform, and just kind of get up to the point where it's going to tell you to stop the test, this particular test, and move on to the next one. At the end, let me go back to like the room dashboard. At the end, when we're all done, you'll close out your room, but again, that happens at the very end. It's not going to let me do that right now. If you just keep working through those tasks that you're supposed to do, go back to manage online testing. If you just keep working through this, you can't go wrong. So you have to just kind of sort of keep paying attention to. You don't do a 5-minute warning. That's, again, the kids' their computers are keeping their time. When their time's up, they'll know. You'll know because you'll see that they're finished. I'm going to complete that just for giggles. So again, you can be in the roster. This is where you mark kids absent. Most of you are going to be either in the dashboard or probably managing online testing. At the end, you'll close out your room. If you see an error or a little sort of like a warning sign about a student, that probably means that you didn't mark them absent. We can take care of that when you come down and check in with me at the end. Hopefully this gave you just a little quick review and refresher for what it is you're supposed to do and where you're supposed to go on testing day.